Well, I've lived a lot of different places: San Francisco, Los Angeles, Kansas City, and traveled around a lot, played all over the country. And Chicago just is an incredible inspiration. The city's great. I play clubs like Blues, etc. here, and you see Otis Rush playing pool behind you. And got Buddy Guy opening for Junior Wells, Jimmy Rogers, people like that just hanging out. It's just
Reach out, oh, Ray and Steve. Reach out, with Ray and Steve. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the car. For the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. Play ball.
Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. Welcome to Reach Out. This is the show. This is the only show where East meets West, where the Yankees meet the Dodgers, baseball meets music, and we all come together for community. All right, everybody, bring on my buddies, Mr. Ray Negron and Mr. Steve Vaccaro. You guys there?
Hello.
Hey, Robbie. Hey,
Hello.
you're looking good. For the first time in months, we don't have to look at Dodger Blue.
Hello.
Who's that little guy you got with the Yankee hat by you?
Hello. Hello, Roberto.
You keep saying the same thing for the last 10 minutes. I don't
I
know.
want to say hello.
Okay. you say
Hello,
to you,
Mr.
Robbie.
Ray. Yes.
I'm
Hey, how do you
Hello.
like my hat? Hey, Mr. Negron, how do you like my hat?
I love your hat. It looks incredible. That's the best hat you've ever worn.
I agree with him on that one.
Well, you know what? You are the bat boy, and so this is honor of you. And I'm still in mourning for my Dodger blue, and I know you're in mourning for your Yankee dark blue. So we just have to, maybe we'll just let it go for a couple weeks before we get
Okay.
back
What,
into all
what,
that.
what we're going to do really quick, 2 seconds
Don't even
or less,
go there. Oh no!
we're going to congratulate the Houston Astros real quick and then get them off the screen. Because of Dusty Baker. Because of Dusty Baker.
I love Dusty Baker, but I hate the Astros. Can I say hate on the radio?
I don't know. I guess you just did.
Oh.
It was hard to see them celebrate because they really didn't pay their due or consequences for the last couple of years and dancing around like they like nothing happened.
Wait, somebody just walked into the studio. Robbie,
Yeah.
it's Mickey Rivers. Mickey, say hello to
Mickey!
Robbie Robinson.
Robbie, how you doing, Robbie? It's me. How you feel?
I'm kind of sad over the Yankees, the Dodgers and the Yankees losing.
Yeah, me too. I feel like they had the break. They lost the break, and they'll come back. But that's how it goes.
Well, we have to say wait till next year, huh?
Hey,
You broke
Mickey,
my heart too. By the way, Mickey Rivers broke my heart too a number of years ago, playing again the World Series against the Dodgers.
Yes. I thought we were gonna have that series. I'm really looking for the Dodgers to be in there the way they played, and a lot of the good players I've been watching, listening to.
Mickey, how has the game changed from when you played in those against those great Dodger teams to today? What's the difference for you?
Right now, Robbie, the difference is now the guys now great players, great ball players, but they ain't got that enthusiasm like they want it. See, they don't want it. I think right now, Robbie, for me, is the money maker I've seen for a lot of the guys, not some of the great guys, you know.
Right,
Some of the great
right.
guys still play the game supposed to play. But the money changes the whole complex of the game now. You
It's
know,
in a
the
different
guys-
it's in a different league than it was when you were playing, isn't it?
Correct. And I asked the guys, say, well, you know, what your goals are for, you know, doing some guys. Well, you know, I guess, you know, I have a good year this year. I said, no, well, you should have you want to have a good year every year and do some of the great things.
Yeah.
They don't feel that way. They don't feel that way no more. And you know, I don't try to knock them out. I just want to decide to see, you know, and when you say, well, you know, back then, no, well, that was old. And they say things like that. Well, that was old. And I
Mickey,
say, well, hitting the ball ain't old.
you're right. And Mickey, I got to ask you, how is it that important for the Yankees to sign Aaron Judge, or do you think that they should build the club around?
Well, I think very, but they need the Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is a leader, you know, and he become a leader just like Jeter Air, like that.
Mhm.
Not changing, and when the guys start to like the guy, you know, and he's carrying your team. Not literally they say, oh, you do this, do it, but he'll carry the team. With the complex of the guys they got there, they need a guy like that.
So Mickey, this is Steve. How you doing, man? I miss you. You do
Yeah.
such great work, man. I know you've been in
Let me see.
Florida. But Mick, I got
Yeah,
I got a question for you, Mickey. In
go ahead.
1976, the Yankees got swept to the Reds, and then they signed Reggie Jackson. How much of a game changer was he in 1977, 1978 on those
Well,
teams?
He was already a leader, a big guy. Reggie was already a big guy that we needed. That was an extra plus for the team right there. You already had a good nucleus of the team, and now we go overbound all these teams. What we had then, we had a man for every position there, a good player for every position, and plus 3 or 4 pitchers now, and that was a big difference right there. We leaders, like I said again, the leaders. We had leaders in this category and that category. Thurman was the main leader, and he was getting you that enthusiasm, and you love to play off Thurman. You know, he was a great player.
Oh
And
yeah.
You had you on there, and you had guys like in between that was great. Nels, Lou, Chris,
Roy.
you know, guys like that. You added into it, and that showed you. You know, with a complex like that, nobody can beat you. You have to beat yourself. And like
Yeah.
I said again, we was talking about these guys today. You know, they kind of beat themselves, played themselves out of the game, really.
Now, Mickey, you're at the Yankees fantasy camp in Tampa right now. How is that going?
Oh, we're doing great. The weather changing, so we're gonna probably stop for a day or two and then see how the weather can react, and we go back. We played about 3 games the last couple of days, and trying to get in with some of the clients and let them see this how the game played, and it's tough. And they think you always go out there with just hit the ball. No, you got to play the game in the measurements, the game to play in. Game never changed. Baseball never changed. Everybody think you have to hit, no. Feel, no. You got to work at it. And that's what it takes. The more work you put in, the better you become.
Mickey, what other players are down there with you at Yankees fantasy camp?
You know, you got Charlie Hayes.
Oh yeah.
Everybody know Holmes Bush.
Oh, Bush, yeah.
Everybody know. And we got Camden Skirch. And we got Nelly. We got Lewis.
Okay.
And we got heroes. We got guys that know about the game. And this is what it takes. This is what we need in the game. We need some of them, not trying to say, oh, we need some of these legends to help these guys out. Let's show them the way.
You know,
All you
Mickey,
gotta do is-
I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
Mickey, I want to ask you a question. I'm sorry. Sometimes I shadow Ray at Yankee Stadium. We go through the stands and he brings me into the suites, but I always see you around the fans and people, young people, boys and girls. You're spending time to talk with them. You're really spending quality time with them. That's important to you, isn't it?
Oh, definitely important for me, you know. And that's the way I like treat my kids, you know. And you want the kids to thrive off that. That's what they need. They need a leader. They need somebody to show them the direction. in the right way. It's tough out there already. But coming to a game like that, and they got we had no Florida, come up in Florida and had a team like the Yankees, a traditional team with known players around the world. And for you to be able to play with a team like that, that is one of the outstanding goals in life.
I've known a number of people, Mickey, who've gone down to those fantasy camps, and everybody that I know that's ever done it just loves it because they get a chance to interact with stars like you.
That's right. And and we show them. And, like I told them, I say, some of these guys go over there and coach the kids, not have some idea what goes on and how it goes. And when you're teaching them, that'll make it easy for you now. Now you can see what's going on. It'll make you easy how to teach and how to discipline difference.
Now, Mickey, everybody knows how much you love music. I mean, I'll never forget when you got hurt and your hamstring, and I had to take you to the hospital to get an X-ray, and you were laying in the back seat of my car, and all of a sudden the song comes on, "Used to Be My Girl." And you started singing. Could you sing a couple of bars of that song now, Mickey?
It used to be my girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
That was a well-known song, and it just brings joy. It just brings joy. You got to have that initiative. You just can't be sitting back and just wishing. Like I tell the guys, I say, I got somewhere to go. I gotta go every day. I want to go out there and I want to do this, do that, and I watch other teams, and I see who hitting the ball and stuff like that. You got to put some in it to get some out. You got to watch all this to make yourself better. And back then, like I said again, I hate to go back there. I had guys that really help you.
Right.
Veteran guys, main guys. How about Frank Hoffman, Dana Pinson, and Tommy Harper? I had guys like that. Plus, Sandy Alomar took me on this wing.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
I mean, guys like that, and then you don't look at it. Then we got a chance to see Mantle, DiMaggio. Now imagine what that'll be if kids know that shit or reading about it, seeing these guys. Oh my God, these guys.
They were the best.
Hey, Mickey, speaking about DiMaggio and Mantle, what was it like for you, and still is, like you're doing down in Florida, for you to put on the Yankee pinstripes? Those are some special uniforms.
Mantle and DiMaggio, when Mantle used to come around there, we used to go, we can't mess up there. We got to make sure this guy see us doing our best at a time. But it wasn't like that with them. They wanted us to enjoy ourselves and play the game the right way. They said, you're playing for the Yankees. And you start thinking about it, I don't want to do nothing wrong. I want these guys to see nothing happen that way. That and now they don't think about it. No, the kids are like, that's like I said again, that was a great moment in time.
Yes.
You want them guys to see you doing the best you could be and be the best you were. And that's the big thing.
Hey, Mickey, I think if you were playing in today's game from the left side like you batted, and you got up to bat and you saw three infielders all on the right side between first base and second base, you'd be batting 400, man.
I know I ain't gonna see it because I know they ain't gonna play that way. I mean, their common sense when they see a guy that swing the bat, they'll change, but guys don't think they change. I was just talking, like I told Ray, we was down spring training and teaching us guys a lot of stuff. Them guys learn. That bunch with Posada, Jeter, and all them guys, and all them guys in that bracket, they'll learn. They'll want to know stuff. They don't care. They want to know that, okay, if I see a guy for a ship, I'm going to hit the other way.
Exactly. Why don't more of the players today do that? It's so obvious.
Now they think they can hit by the ship. They want to, okay, I'm going to be a hero. instead of knowing I'm gonna be a hero hitting us away. And if you watch the guys that doing good now, they say not all of them, but you watch the guys doing good now, they hit the ball where the ball is strong. They hit the ball up the middle,
Right.
and that's
Yeah.
what it goes to hit.
Right.
If you just watch. You watch now, and then you're gonna see. That's why the guys are good. That's
And
why
we
the guys-
saw in the World Series one of the guys trying to bunt, and he couldn't even bunt. To save his soul. I don't understand. They don't teach him to bunt anymore.
They teach the bunt. You bunt every day.
Yeah.
You bunt every day. I mean, it's just getting that card up that you don't do it, and they don't make you do it. You feel like you ain't obligated to do it. I feel that way the first time I come up. When I first come up, I bunted. Every game I had bunt by 2 or 3 times. But guys, oh man.
Well,
I
Mick,
I got one more question, Mickey. When I was younger, I was a big Yankee fan back in the '70s, and we played stickball, wiffle ball, and I emulate your bat twirl. Well, I tried to. How young were you when you first started to do that bat twirl?
Oh well, see, I was drum major then, so
Oh.
I went from aviation to drum major. And see, you going to school, so they prepped me to go to high school. I'll never forget that. Booker T. Washington, the drum major in aviation. I used to call like a plane. This plane's a B-52 bomber, and and growing up in there, my father, Air Force, so that played a big part. And stay right there from the school. You go in here. This is what you're gonna do.
Wow.
And then I met a guy named. Let me quick. I met a guy named Bob Hayes. We call him Bullet Bob Hayes.
Right.
And he took me under his wing, and he just said, "Okay, guy, you can run track." And we just ran up and down. Go to park every day. Every day, go to park. He teach me a lot of the things. I saw one guy beat him by 10 miles. And Bob Hayes, what they call Bullet Bob Hayes.
the fastest human.
Wow.
Hey, Mickey, before we let you go, as a treat to Robbie Robinson, I remember we would go into the shower. We were all naturally all naked. And,
Too much
And you-
information.
Yeah, right.
and you would start singing Sherry. Okay? So give us just one tune of Sherry, just one.
Punch it all out tonight.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Oh,
Not bad. Mickey, I'd rather hear you sing than Whitney Brown.
thank you, Mickey.
Thank you. We love you. Say hello to Cookie for us.
Thanks, Mickey.
Call me and let me keep you up to date on everything.
All right.
Be here for a while.
All
Hey,
right,
and we'll
man.
tell Frankie Valley you was asking for him.
Sound good.
All right, brother.
Mick the Quick, Mickey Rivers.
Oh man, what a great player he was. And he did break my heart back in 77, 78.
That's right. Wow. And the Yankees pulled off a big trade. They got Mickey Rivers and Ed Figueroa from the Angels. So that was a big trade back then, and really set the tone for that dynasty. Great guy, great guy.
Hey, were you surprised when he sang Sherry?
I was. I thought you were going to harmonize with him, though,
So as we're talking about Frankie Valli and these songs, what's happened this weekend, Robbie? Share a little
Well, we
information
were
about it.
supposed to be playing in New Jersey this weekend, but Frankie's under the weather. And so we've postponed this weekend. And when I say postponed, that's means it's going to be rescheduled. I don't know when it's going to be. I was going to hang out with you guys this weekend, but now I'm going to be staying out here in California.
Wow. Well, we hope he's doing well. I know your tour schedule is very challenging at times.
Yes,
So
yes.
you got to sign the sign of caution.
Yeah, well,
Well, Robbie from the Texas Rangers, we have Adrian Rodriguez, probably the Rangers' #1 prospect as far as I'm concerned. Adrian, say hello to our audience.
Hello. How you guys doing?
How you doing, Adrian?
cool.
Good. Can't complain.
Now, Adrian, I mean, you come on in this last second half of the season like gangbusters with the Rangers. I mean, everybody's talking about you right now. Is there a chance that someday we could see you with the Yankees?
That's a part of business that, I don't have any,
know.
Here we go. Here we go. Go ahead.
Hey, all I do is play baseball. You know what I mean? All I do is throw baseballs. If they decide to do something, that's on them. You know, I have no control over that.
Hey, now you finished up. You was in Texas. You're on your way to the Dominican Republic. Now, what do you do there now?
Now it's just training and getting ready for the next season. You know, trying to come back stronger than before. You know, show them that I've been working and I'm ready to take the next step to the next levels.
Now you got a brand new general manager over there, and you got a brand new manager over there. I mean, what does that mean for the players? What do you guys think about when that happens?
I mean, all we could really think about is just developing ourselves, because there's things that happen on the field, off the field, and it may determine our future. But if we focus on that too much, then we're gonna get off course in the sense of our career and what we actually want to do. So I feel like, at least for me, I like to keep it simple and just understand, whatever happens. But I'm sticking with my path and my career, and that's all I can control. So yeah.
Now you've been popping the radar gun at about 100 miles an hour. I mean, how does it feel when you do that?
To be honest, it feels the same as if you're throwing 95. All you do is get more swings and misses.
Nice.
That's really about it. That's really about it.
I like that. I like that. You know what? You're I've known you for a while now, and you're becoming a very polished young man. And I hope I hope that when you really become a star in the major leagues, that you don't change.
No doubt. Like what we always say, you gotta remember where you come from.
Okay.
Hey, I've got a question for Adrian here.
Yes.
I hear rumors, I hear scuttlebutt, I hear talk that
Here we go.
Clayton Kershaw
Get ready, Adrian.
might be going to the Rangers. What would that mean to you, Adrian, if that happened?
Repeat that. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the last part.
Go ahead and tell him,
What would that mean to
Ray.
you if Clayton
Clayton
Kershaw
Kershaw
went over there?
It would be dope, you know what I mean? Have him, seeing him in spring training. But like I said before, he's in his career path and I'm in mine. It would be cool to cross paths with him, but at the same time, I gotta understand what I'm trying to do as well. I'm trying to get to where he's at.
So, Adrian, being playing for the Rangers now, you're young yourself, but what advice or feedback would you give other young athletes that are trying to make it on that higher level?
I would say, trust the process, to be honest. We hear that a lot. I feel like Joel Embiid made that saying pretty famous, but it's really the truth. You're gonna have off days. That you're not gonna have the best stuff. You're gonna feel like, as if things are going down for you. But if you just keep on, being consistent with your work ethic, your mindset, knowing that at least I have the potential of being something in this game, then I think you'll be set. It's just, being consistent with your work ethic and understanding that, no one could take your dream away from you. That's the bottom line, to be honest.
Well said, my man. Well said.
Well, listen, thank you so much for coming on Reach Out, and we will be in touch. And please tell your father to calm down. Whenever we watch the games, they could be 40,000 in the stands, but you hear the father, okay? You hear the father screaming.
He makes sure that everyone hears it.
Unbelievable. All right. Well, make sure he doesn't get a heart attack, okay? Calm him down.
We'll do. Thank you guys for having me.
Adrian,
right.
have fun in the DR there.
No doubt, we'll do.
All right, man. Work hard. Adrian, what a great guy.
Great kid.
Great guy. And his father's amazing.
His father's great, and his uncle is a major politician in New York City. He's a part of Congress, and so he comes from a very well-to-do family. But he knows, like he said, he knows where he came from.
That's right. Bat
Isn't
boy. Go ahead, Robbie.
By the way, isn't it cool to see? Well, we saw guys on both ends of the baseball spectrum tonight. I mean, with Willie Randolph, who was a star for the Yankees, who is now retired, of course, for years and years, and now an upcoming player, a Texas Ranger. And if he's throwing 100 miles an hour, he's going to get to the big time and stay there for a long time.
Well, before we talk about Bat Boy, we have one more player from that Yankee era that Ray spent some time with on a movie set in Brooklyn, Gravesend. We have a little clip they want to show our viewers and listeners out there. Let's check this out.
Awesome.
William DeMeo has extensive experience not only as a producer and writer, but also as an accomplished actor and director. He grew up and still resides in the Gravesend-Bensonhurst section of Brooklyn. He has played many roles over the years, and currently he plays Benny in the series Gravesend on Amazon Prime.
Brooklyn, this is my home. I grew up on these streets. They made me who I am today.
The Brooklyn native welcomed another native of the borough, former Yankees captain Willie Randolph, to talk a little baseball and also had a special surprise in store for him.
We want to add you as a member of Gravesend. We got a character for you in Coney Island, down on our show now. We want to definitely add you to the new season coming up.
Oh, I love this show. You kidding? I'm being an actor now? Is that right?
Do it, Willie. I know you could do it. You definitely got the natural.
This is an honor, William. You kidding me, man? So first of all, I can't wait. Love the show. You know, I watch it all the time, and I grew up, you know, really admiring how, in a weird kind of way, organized crime is really fascinating to me. I mean, all the going back to The Godfather, Goodfellas, The Bronx Tale. I always felt like I was a part of that because, you know, that was where I grew up. I can't wait to get going. You better write me a good part in there.
Absolutely, brother. And let me tell you, you bring up The Bronx Tale. That's how I started. That was the first movie I was in, and to have Chaz Palminteri as one of our cast members, it's classic. He's in season 2, which is coming out soon.
Yes.
And we want to add you to season 3, brother. It's going to be great.
I can't wait, man. And you better watch it, man, because, you know, I got some acting chops. You don't know that yet, but, you know, you better watch
Absolutely. We used to play stickball right on this block, Willie. We used to paint the bases silver right on the blacktop.
Yes.
Sewer cap to sewer cap. Remember that, bro?
Yeah, I was a three cap guy for the most part, but I do remember like going to the schoolyards, getting a piece of chalk, painting the strike zone on the building, and that was out and put an X down the middle, and we try to hit that box every time. Stand in front of it, lefty or righty. I was Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays. We would emulate these guys and imitate them. That's what fun was all about.
That was home plate, and I gotta tell you, I used to imitate Willie Randolph because I'm William DeMeo, and I used to say Willie Randolph is stepping up right now.
Hey, you know, it don't make me feel old now. Come on, you know, really?
And let me tell you something. You went from playing stickball on the streets of Brownsville to playing second base at Yankee Stadium for the New York Yankees, brother.
I still got to pinch myself, Will. I mean, can you imagine a kid growing up in the sandlots of Brownsville, Brooklyn, and playing for the Yankees, being captain of the Yankees, ended up also giving the Mets some love, managing the New York Mets almost to a World Series. We used to grow up in the streets playing, emulating these guys. Cleon Jones, Tom Seaver, you know, guys like Roy White. You know, those were my heroes back in the day. So for me to actually play in the shadows of Yankee Stadium and then make it to the big leagues, it's like let me pinch myself here.
Absolutely, and 11 rings total.
Yes.
6 as a coach, 5 as a player. That is monumental.
It is unbelievable when you think about it. I came up as a rookie. I was 21 years old, and here I am in the World Series. We lost to the Big Red Machine the first year, and then the next year we set up the 77, 78 comeback, okay? Yeah. We got embarrassed in 76, so we came back in 77. We were going to get payback, and we did the job. You know, Reggie Jackson with the 3 home runs.
That's monumental.
That's like Broadway. You can't paint a better script than that.
You know, I was thinking, me and you, we could be Mantle and Maris.
That sounds good. You know, well, I can be Mickey, because I used to emulate him anyway. You can be Maris, you're lefty. You can be Maris.
Yeah, 61, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. I was always a 3 sewer guy. Let me see if I can hit 3 sewers, okay? Oh, look at that. 3 sewers. There you go. Watch it with. Oh. Hey, watch out the glass. We used to run when we broke windows. We would hightail out of there real quick, believe me. Oh, shoot. Whoa. On the roof. Now, roof is automatic home run back in the day, okay? That's right. And I'm the mix. See the forearms? I'm the mix. There you go.
And now we gotta go to Ellen B's Pomoni Gardens. Best pizza joint. We're gonna have some pizza now, right, buddy?
Are you kidding me? Biggest slice you can find, I want it.
That's it, man.
That was awesome. That was, you know what? He looks like a natural born actor, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, he does. You know.
Yeah, you had enough of this Yankee stuff yet,
Well,
Robbie?
you know
No,
what?
that's amazing.
It seems like every week you guys beat me up, and we keep going back to 1977. Yankees beat the Dodgers in the World Series. Why do we never talk about 1981 when the Dodgers beat the Yankees in the World Series? Explain that to me.
Well, I want to talk about the fact that George Steinbrenner beat up two of your fans.
I know.
Okay, in the elevator.
Yeah, but we did win the World Series that year.
Yeah, well, I guess the two names I have over here of those fans was Tom Robinson and Joey Robinson, relatives of the Frankie Valli musical director. They were
Right,
there.
exactly. Well,
So-
let's, this is all New York. I love this, and I love Brooklyn. Hey, Brooklyn Dodgers. As a matter of fact, my favorite player grew up in Brooklyn, a guy named Sandy Koufax. You may have heard of him.
Yeah,
Okay, but there's more to the country than just New York, you guys. Let's move
No,
over to
you're right.
Chicago. I saw that pizza. It kind of looked like Chicago deep dish pizza to me.
yeah. Sarah Nimitz told me to put that clip on there. So
I
we had
thought so.
Yeah, there we go. But you know what? You got a little free time on your hands next couple of days. Put a Dodger piece together, and we'll put it on Reach Out next week.
All right, Dodgers
Yeah.
next, and we'll get some Dodger players. You guys get all these Yankee players. I'm gonna reach out and get some Dodger players out here since they're not playing now.
Well, you know what? You reached out and you got a top-notch musician person to come on tonight's show. Tell our viewers all about him.
Well, speaking of Chicago, this young man, his name is Greg Pasenko, and he is the head, the founder. He is the president of Blue Jazz Promotions, Blue Jazz Records, and Blue Jazz Productions, and he is quite an amazing man. He's a fantastic musician. He and I go way, way back, but let's bring him on to Reach Out. His name is Mr. Greg Pasenko. Put your hands together, everybody. That's our studio audience, Greg.
Hi,
How you
guys.
doing, Greg?
I'm enjoying the show. Can I just say one quick thing? Is that I
Yeah.
lived 16 years 3 blocks from Wrigley Field, and we played. I was, lucky enough to be able to play at home plate with my trio. The New York Giants the Giants were warming up, and we got hit by pepper balls and everything else.
wow.
But then we played Sweet Home Chicago, I think, for about 20 minutes.
I bet. Did you hear Harry Carey sing?
Yes. I used to play at his restaurant.
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
That is
this
great.
young
So-
man and I, Greg and I, you grew up in the Southern Illinois playing music together. And then Greg has gone on to become this big impresario, this big record mogul in the business on Blue Jazz.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it that. We are in the music business. But, we've done pretty good. So we're having a lot of fun. Meet a lot of people, still play music. And this guy is, Robbie is, you guys, he's been a legend since he was a young man.
That's why he's with us.
That's right.
We know where our bread is buttered.
Oh, look, there's a picture of us back in the day playing music together. That's me on the left side there.
Who's the guy in the middle?
That guy in the middle is my brother Rex Robinson.
He looks like Thurman Munson.
He kind of does. And the guy on the right is Greg Pasenko playing his fancy Les Paul guitar there.
Nice.
Right. Is that brown paneling on the side wall there?
Yeah, that is. That looks. We were playing some club or something. I don't know.
Wow.
Tino's
So talk about
Lounge.
when you guys first met, Greg and Robbie. How'd you guys meet to begin with? Robbie?
Do you
Go
remember?
there, Robbie?
Well, we're both from. Okay, go ahead, Greg.
Robbie's from Litchfield. It's pretty funny when you tell people that half of Frankie's Valli's band, back in the past was from Litchfield, Illinois. How many people live there?
7,000 people, Litchfield, Illinois.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but anyway, I was in Springfield, Illinois, and we used to have a lounge. What was it called? I
Oh
forget
gosh.
what it
Well,
was,
we
but
played the Warehouse. You got, and we played we
oh,
played in
way
those
before
teen
that,
clubs.
Robbie. There was a Holiday Inn.
Russell's. Yeah, we played in a lot of joints in
Yeah,
Springfield.
but we used to all play that the Battle of the Bands at the state fairgrounds and all that sort of stuff. Then Robbie started hiring me to play gigs way back then, and the rest was history.
Well, and
We
then
played
so
a
we've
lot of
known
shows.
each other since we're teenagers and playing. And then when we came out to California, you came out to California. You worked for United Artists Records for a long time as well, didn't you?
That's right. And I also, Robbie he would drive to gigs and I would go to gigs with him. And what was the car you had?
I had this old car and I took out the back seat and we put our equipment in there and would go to these gigs.
And Dodgers games would be on, and talk radio for the Dodgers was on all the time.
Wow.
Drove me
So
crazy.
you're not a front runner, Robbie. You love the Dodgers all your life.
I've been a Dodger fan since I'm 7 years old.
Wow. So,
Hey,
so
let's
Greg,
talk about let's talk about Illinois a little bit. Litchfield,
Yeah.
Illinois. By the way, we have one Hall of Fame baseball player from Litchfield, Illinois. Do you
Who's
know
that?
who that? His name was Ray Schalk.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Ray Schalk's in the Baseball Hall of Fame, and he is the only baseball Hall of Famer from this little town of Litchfield, Illinois. My beloved town of Litchfield, Illinois. Do we have any pictures of Litchfield that we can pop up there? Well, there's the Litchfield Museum, the Route 66 Litchfield Museum and Route 66 Welcome Center. Oh, and we even have a Robbie corner there.
Nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
And there I am in front of the museum. And there is a museum in all its neon glory at night.
Beautiful.
Now, what Greg is going to help me do, we just released on Robbie's Records a Sarah Nimitz, Robbie Robinson collaboration of the old classic song Route 66. And Greg, in all of his glory and his amazing industriousness, is going to promote it and make it a million seller for me.
Nice.
Nice. Nice job,
Right
Greg.
on. We could do it, right?
Amen, brother. Well, you've had a chance to work with so many artists and of all walks of life, a lot of jazz artists, haven't you?
Yep.
Name
Yeah,
some of the
that's-
jazz people that you've been working with lately.
What you actually don't even know when I actually played in a duel with Bobby McFerrin for several years. Don't Worry, Be Happy guy. And oh gosh, we worked with in fact I'm documenting a guy right now who worked with Earl Garner, played bass with Earl Garner for 20 years, and he was in the Play Misty for Me movie. And with Clint Eastwood, and he's got all these Clint Eastwood stories and stuff. But he was also who did I Will Survive. He was the musical director for her and
Gloria
Gaynor.
Gaynor.
Gloria
So
Gaynor,
many
yeah.
things. Yeah, so he's asked. I just love the guy. He's in his 80s, and I'm documenting different stuff. We're putting some stuff out all together. So to help him out, there's a big Earl Garner movie coming out, or a documentary that he's involved in. But gosh, I don't know. You'd have to go to the website.
Well, Blue Jazz has really been a great and by the way, and Greg's wife, Diane Deline, is an amazing jazz artist, violinist in her own right, and she played with one of Ray Negron's favorite artists, Frank Sinatra.
Wow.
Yeah, for about 4 or 5 years in the orchestra. There's not too many violinists that get their own room at the Four Seasons on tour.
Wow.
Yeah.
With Frank Sinatra, he took care of people.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
Did
did.
he share
Hey,
any of the
before we move
stories?
on,
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask you, did you meet Elvis?
No, I've been to his house, but I never met him. But I will tell you, when you were hanging with the Yankees, I was a Yankees fan every week. It was
I
Mickey
never
Mantle.
knew that, Greg.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All
I've
right.
been
We're gonna
missing
find another promoter here then.
It really was. Oh, and I got to say, one other thing is that you never mentioned with Dusty Baker, who else did he coach? He was at the Cubs.
That's right.
That's right,
Cubs
yeah.
and the Giants, and he finally made it. You know, I am happy for Dusty because don't forget, he made his mark really playing for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And he learned baseball from a great manager named Tommy Lasorda.
That's right. That's right.
Well, and let's say this. It's funny that his biggest moment is what, Robbie?
His biggest moment was well, that's a good question, but he was I think he was in the on deck circle when Hank Aaron hit the home run.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
I thought, but I remember one time, I don't want to digress too much, but one time when the Dodgers had 4 guys on the team that hit 30 home runs, and I was listening on the radio to the last game of the season, and Dusty finally hit one of the 3rd or 4th time up at bat in the last game.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about this Litchfield, and I want to talk about Route 66. If you guys, Route 66 has nothing to do with New York, though, does it?
That's all right. Everybody, hey, if you're over 50, then you saw the old TV show Route 66.
That's right.
You know, and there was not, and Route 66 was the very first highway that went from Chicago all the way to the West Coast to Los Angeles and ended at the Santa Monica Pier.
Yep.
Wow.
And it goes right through Litchfield, Illinois. As you see, there's Sarah Nimitz and I, and we're right in front of the Litchfield Museum and Route 66 Welcome Center. And so since Litchfield is my beloved hometown, I thought we have to do Route 66. It was only natural to do it. And maybe now's a good time to play it. What do you guys think?
I think it's great. I think it's going to be amazing when people see this thing.
Okay, it was just released Monday night on Jammin' Java. So everybody count down.
Robbie Records.
Robbie's Records. All right, here it comes. Route 66.
If you ever plan to motor west, travel my way, take the highway that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. Well, it winds from Litchfield to LA. More than 2,000 miles along the way. Oh, get your kicks on Route 66. And now you go through St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, and Oklahoma City looks mighty pretty. You see Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico. Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingman, Bosco, San Bernardino. And I'm in the mood for travel, so I wanna go to Litchfield. Let's go, come on, Robbie, go!
Bravo.
Get your kicks on Route 66, huh?
Wow.
Get your kicks, baby.
So when you're
Yeah.
playing the keyboard in the street there, no cars were coming by?
No, we had a police escort that.
There we go. Great,
I have a
great
quick
song.
story
I
about-
mean, the way you did it. Amazing. Robbie's Records.
Robbie's Records.
Yeah. What? Let's hear what you got to say, Greg. You have a story for us.
Well, just a quick story about Robbie is that
Uh-oh.
I drove from Litchfield with him in a car all the way to LA through a lot of Route 66.
That's
and
right.
Robbie didn't never stop. I mean, he would just, he didn't, we didn't stop at a Motel 6 and stay overnight. We just
Yeah.
keep going. And he would have to write music albums before, I think they really were, you were doing it on computers. And he would sit there and have papers all around on the seat and be writing music while he was driving.
I remember that.
Do you remember?
I remember that
don't you?
trip. Yeah. Hey, you
So
got to do what you got to
hold of
do.
it? How can people get a hold of this video and song? What's the game plan, guys?
Take it away, Greg.
Well, we're doing many things with it. It's Rob, we've got it up on all the streaming sites now, and I, besides doing radio and press, I do a lot of the new technologies now. I use Facebook to send targeted people ads, that you get on your Facebook, and click on it, and it'll take you to a streaming site, and so I'm doing those, and that'll reach like hundreds of thousands of people. And then I also do with the video, I do Google video ads that we're going to, that I think of the last one, we got 200,000 views.
Yeah.
Robbie, how many did we get on that?
Yeah, we got over 200,000
and,
views for the Peppermint Twist. Greg promoted that one for us.
Nice.
And
Nice.
we're doing that, and then we've got a bunch of little other ideas that we're cooking up, and it's going to be good.
Well,
Most of
that song has been recorded by so many people. It was written by a guy named Bobby Troop in 1946, and the very first hit record with it was Nat King Cole, in the late 40s. But also, like you said, Ray, there was a TV show called Route 66.
Yeah.
But even the Rolling Stones recorded it. John Mayer recorded it. A lot of people through the years have recorded that song, but nobody ever kind of gave it this kind of a twist that we did. And it's kind of, and it was natural for us because, the shirt I'm wearing is actually from the Litchfield Museum and Route 66 Welcome Center. It goes from Greg's house. No, it actually goes from Chicago to LA, and it goes right through LA. And by the way, another group that recorded it is called the Manhattan Transfer. Do you know those guys, Greg?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you know Steve and Ray? You guys have heard of Manhattan Transfer?
Of course. Amazing music. Yes.
Well, Manhattan Transfer recorded it, and those guys are buddies of mine. And Alan Paul, who's one of the singers, been with them since the beginning. I sent him the video a couple days ago, and he commented back. I wonder if we've got that little post that Alan sent. Do you have that? Oh, there. I think I just saw it. Look, Alan Paul from the Manhattan Transfer says, "Hey, Robbie, great rendition, pal. As always, you're smoking the keys. Sarah Nimitz has great chops and is totally in the swing pocket with her scatting. Cheers, Alan." That was really nice of him to say.
Yeah.
And
now,
Greg,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Robbie. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Steve. You got it.
Greg, I had a quick question. You performed with Blue Oyster Cult, Ross, Chuck Berry, and so many other people. How was it in those days to perform? Because Blue Oyster Cult is still touring. It's amazing the career that you've had.
Well, it's there were good times. I really, I was lucky enough to be around a couple promoters, and I have to say I felt we had a really good group, and at that time we just this promoter was would promote concerts all around, and we'd always get to open for these groups and get to know the guys and stuff, and it was a good run, as we'd like to say. And we had It was just a lot of fun, and a lot of great music was played. I lived in a lot of different places doing all that.
Yeah,
I
you
lived
did,
in,
didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I lived in Denver, one block from the old Mile High Stadium. Lived there for 3 years and played all the mountain clubs. Used to play up in Steamboat Springs, and Clint Eastwood would come in and hang out and buy us a drink and stuff at the bar. But it was it's kind of like probably the baseball life. You live in the life, and then as you get older, you go, "Oh, wow, what happened?" But
Greg also played in a band with me with Steve March. We were both in Steve March Torme's band, and Steve March Torme, Greg, I don't know if you know this, has been a guest on our show.
No, I didn't know, but Steve is. He calls me every once in a while, wants me to book him. But he does pretty good on his own.
Steve is a talent. As a matter of fact, Steve is he's Mel Torme's son, and he's a great jazz singer, scat, And if you notice back on that link that clip or that picture that Alan Paul sent, can you put that back up, Anna? And he says, Sarah Nimitz has great chops and is totally in the swing pocket with her scatting. Now, do you know what scatting is, Ray Negron? Yeah, kind of where you sing like jazz riffs with your voice. Now, Sarah Nimitz, at her young age, for some reason, is just a natural at that. And it was interesting that Alan Paul of the Great Manhattan Transfer picked up on that. And when we went back to Litchfield last month for the Robinson Brothers homecoming concert, Sarah and we performed this song and live, and maybe next week I'll bring a clip of us performing. But I have a clip of us rehearsing.
Robbie, we actually have. Let's check it out real quick.
Well, check. This is her scatting in the rehearsal, I think.
I think so.
Oh yeah, you're right. Right there. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let me stop that a second, because if you notice, the guy that's in behind Sarah and I, he's digging on it, is Steve March Torme. Now, can you rewind that and watch it and watch Steve March Torme's face as he's digging on Sarah doing her scat?
Rewind that there, Robbie. We can't go back. There we go. We just did it.
All right, here. Let's now check it out and watch Steve March Torme. Oh yeah, you're right. Right there. 2, 3, 4. I can do it without reading. 1, 2, 3, 4. that's kind of behind the scenes, huh?
Yeah. Well, listen, have a good week, guys. We have to shut up right over here, right?
Yeah, Greg, thank you so much
Greg,
for joining us tonight.
Awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Robbie,
Thank you.
make sure you take care of your boss.
Right.
All right. Yeah, he's getting better.
I'll keep him in, on a leash.
Yeah,
There we go. There we go. Thanks, Robbie. Thanks, Greg.
Thank you
for watching our show tonight. We'll see you next week. Reach out.